One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
What is going on overseas? There's a lot of activity and a lot of back and forth between the U.S. and Iran with messages in terms of where it may be going. President Trump continues to say he will not take a bad deal. He will only take a great deal, and it must include giving up nuclear development. That's the biggie. Well, who better to talk about all of this than our next guest, former Deputy National Security Advisor under President Trump, KT McFarland. KT, what do you think this is? Where do you think this is going?
Well, I think it'll go back and forth a couple more times. I mean, there seem to be two groups in Iran, right? The military group, the IRGC, and these are the guys with the guns, and they don't want any deal. And any deal that is agreed to, they'll probably try to sabotage. And then there are the pragmatists, the people who were in the parliament, Speaker of the Parliament, and the president, and they seem to be they're the guys negotiating with President Trump. And I was very encouraged today when Iran, not the United States, but Iran, the Iranians came out and said, well, we've received America's proposal, and there's some ambiguity in some of the issues. Whoa, in other words, they're negotiating. Prior to this, they was just, we reject out of hand. We're not going to talk to the Americans. This is absurd. But if they're talking about there's some ambiguities, that means that they're in a pretty, final stages of a negotiation. Now, the question is going to be three things. One, can the negotiation, if it has an agreement, will the guys with the guns, will they try to sabotage it or will they honor it? And then the second part of the thing is, how do you verify that they're keeping the terms of the agreement? You need to have complete, snap inspections. And then finally, if they break the agreement, which they will, how do we deal with it? Do we have military? Do we have economic sanctions that continue on? So, not there yet, but I think they get there this summer.
Well, the stock market went up almost like 800, 900 points. So I think it's a combination of everything. The price of oil went down a little bit. So, I mean, everybody... I think the only person that knows that what's really going on is Marco Rubio and President Trump.
100%. They know better what's going on than any Americans, anybody else does. And they may even know better than the Iranian government themselves what's going on.
Well, the problem with the Iranian government, KT, is they're probably making a deal with 2 or 3 of the chimpanzees versus the 2 or 3 of the gorillas are still want to fight.
John, you have a way of crystallizing the thoughts, the chimpanzees and the gorillas. Okay. I think you're about right. Some of them are going to just want to fight on. And that's why I think that the bigger picture of what's happening and President Trump is doing is he's changing the whole architecture of the Middle East. It's not just Iran. It's the Gulf Arab states. It's the Abraham Accords. It's building on the Abraham Accords. About 10 days ago, President Trump said, I want everybody to sign the Abraham Accords, even Iran, if we get a deal with Iran. In other words, he needs to have it enforced by the people in the region, not just Israel.
And KT, the other thing that's going on, as the OPEC nations stir the pot once in a while, stir the pot this way, stir the pot this way, 100 million barrels a day and extra $30, $40 a barrel, somebody's getting very, very rich in the price of oil.
Yeah, somebody is, and Russia is one of the beneficiaries of this, and UAE, which pulled out of OPEC, because it didn't want to be.
They're making double coupons. They told the president, we need some reparations. And president says, well, why don't you kick out of, this is my opinion, get out of OPEC and produce as many gallons as you want or barrels.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, the strongest alliance is going to be the United States, Israel, and the UAE. They're going to be the leaders. Maybe Saudi Arabia joins the group, but the UAE is making plenty of money. And the reason they got out of OPEC was they didn't want to have quotas. They wanted to just keep printing the money by selling the oil.
And they're printing a lot of money right now, and that's what's really happening. A lot of money is flowing around, and you know who's paying for it? We are.
Well, at the end of the day, it's the world consumer and the world market. But
Yes.
the minute there's a deal, and as John, you've pointed out, the minute there's a deal, there's so much oil just sitting around on ships that the price of oil will come tumbling down and the price of gasoline will come tumbling down.
KT McFarland, we love you, and let's stay on top of it, and we'll talk again real soon.
Talk soon. Thank you, John.
Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.